What if you could stand in one place and watch empires rise and fall? Imagine the dust of centuries settling around you. You would see kings, queens, warriors, poets all striding across the stage of history. We often think of the past as a distant, foreign country, a place of ruins and forgotten stories. But is it really so far away? The truth is, some of the very first nations, the cradles of human civilization, are still with us. Their borders may have shifted, their languages evolved, but their spirit, their very essence, endures in the modern world. It is a story of incredible resilience, a testament to the power of culture and identity. This is not a story of dusty books and forgotten dates. This is a journey. We will travel back through time, not just hundreds, but thousands of years. We will walk along the banks of the Nile where the pharaohs built their monuments to eternity. We will stand in the Fertile Crescent where the first laws were written down. We will journey across vast continents, from the highlands of Ethiopia to the river valleys of China. Each place we visit holds a piece of our shared human story. These are not just countries on a map. They are living, breathing links to our deepest origins, connecting us to the very dawn of civilization in a way that is both profound and deeply moving. Let us begin our journey and uncover the secrets of their endurance. Our story begins in a land of sun and stone, a place utterly dependent on a single mighty river. This is Egypt. Over 5,000 years ago, around 3100 BC, a legendary king named Menes, or perhaps Narmer, united the two lands of Upper and Lower Egypt. He created the world's first nation-state. This unification was not just a political act, it was the birth of a civilization that would mesmerize the world for millennia. The lifeblood of this new kingdom was the Nile River. Every year, its predictable floods would deposit rich black silt upon the land, making the desert bloom. This gift of the Nile allowed the ancient Egyptians to build a stable and prosperous society. The story of Egypt is dominated by the figure of the pharaoh. These were not just kings, they were considered living gods on earth. One of the most famous and powerful pharaohs was Ramesses II, who reigned for an incredible 66 years in the 13th century BC. He was a master builder, a great warrior, and a skilled diplomat. His long reign saw the construction of magnificent temples like Abu Simbel. Today, the nation of Egypt is a vibrant, modern country. In the bustling streets of Cairo, you can feel the weight of thousands of years of history. The symbols of ancient Egypt, from the hieroglyphs to the Ankh, are recognized around the world. The spirit of the pharaohs and the magic of the Nile live on, not just in stone monuments, but in the identity of the Egyptian people, a direct link to one of humanity's first and greatest stories. Let us now travel east, the Tigris, the Euphrates. The ancient Greeks called this place Mesopotamia, meaning the land between the rivers. Today, this historic region forms the heart of modern-day Iraq. It was here in the Fertile Crescent that some of humanity's most important innovations took place. Around 4000 BC, people in the southern part of Mesopotamia, known as Sumer, began to build the world's first true cities, Uruk-Ur. It was in these Sumerian cities that humanity first learned to write. They developed a system of wedge-shaped marks pressed into wet clay tablets, known as cuneiform. A little later, around 1754 BC, a great king of Babylon named Hammurabi created one of the world's first and most complete legal codes. The Code of Hammurabi, carved onto a tall black stone stele, laid out laws for commerce, family, and crime, famously declaring the principle of an eye for an eye. The unique feature of Mesopotamia was its constant cycle of rising and falling empires. After the Sumerians came the Akkadians, the Babylonians, the Assyrians. They developed advanced mathematics, invented the wheel, and created sophisticated systems of astronomy, dividing time into the units we still use today, like the 60-minute hour. Today, the nation of Iraq holds the legacy of Mesopotamia within its borders. To understand Iraq is to understand that you are standing in the cradle from which so much of our world emerged. It is a legacy of profound importance. Our journey continues eastward onto the vast Iranian plateau. This is the homeland of one of the world's great civilizations, Persia. The story of modern Iran begins with the rise of the Achaemenid Empire around 550 BC. Its founder was a visionary leader named Cyrus the Great. Cyrus was a remarkable figure, military genius and revolutionary about governance. When he conquered the great city of Babylon, he did not loot or destroy it. Instead, he freed enslaved peoples, including the Jews, and issued the Cyrus Cylinder, often considered the world's first charter of human rights. Cyrus Darius Xerxes built the largest empire the world had yet seen. The Persian Empire stretched from Greece to India. The most famous of these was the Royal Road, which let messengers cross the empire in just 7 days. The Persians were masters of administration, creating provinces governed by satraps. They established a standardized currency and a postal service. The soul of Iran is also in deep spiritual and artistic traditions. The ancient religion of Zoroastrianism, its concept of a single god, the struggle between good and evil. After the arrival of Islam, Persia became a beacon of art, science, and literature. Rumi, Hafez. Today, the Islamic Republic of Iran is a modern nation. Farsi, descendant of Old Persian, is a source of pride. Nowruz, the Persian New Year, dates back thousands of years, linking modern Iranians to their Zoroastrian ancestors. The ruins of Persepolis, the Apadana and ceremonial halls, are potent symbols of that past. To understand Iran is to see a nation that has never forgotten its legacy as one of history's great empires and cultural heartlands. We now travel far to the east to a land of mighty rivers and towering mountains. Here a civilization arose that saw itself as the center of the world, the Middle Kingdom, or Zhongguo. This is China. While legends speak of even earlier dynasties, the historically verified story of a unified China often begins with the Shang dynasty, around 1600 BC. The Shang were masters of bronze casting and developed the earliest known form of Chinese writing on what are known as oracle bones. These were turtle shells and animal bones. A pivotal figure in Chinese history is Qin Shi Huang, who became the first emperor of a truly unified China in 221 BC. He was a ruthless but brilliant ruler. To protect his new empire from northern invaders, he began the monumental project of connecting existing walls into what would become the Great Wall of China. He standardized weights, measures, currency, and most importantly, the written script. The most unique aspect of China is its remarkable continuity. While other ancient civilizations rose, fell, and were replaced, China's civilization has an unbroken thread stretching back thousands of years. This continuity was deeply influenced by the philosophy of Confucius, who emphasized respect for family, social harmony, and the importance of education and good governance. Today, the People's Republic of China is a global superpower, a nation undergoing rapid and dramatic change. Yet its ancient past is deeply woven into its present. The Chinese writing system used today is a direct descendant of the script found on oracle bones from over 3,000 years ago. The Great Wall stands as a powerful symbol of national identity and perseverance. China's long, continuous history gives it a unique perspective on the world, a sense of time and destiny shaped by its experience as one of the world's most ancient and enduring civilizations. Let us return to the Mediterranean, to a rugged land, mountains, islands, across a sparkling blue sea. This is Greece, or Hellas, as its people call it. Mycenaean, Minoan, but classical Greece begins around the 8th century BC, with the rise of the polis, Athens, Sparta, Corinth, each with its own government and army. The Golden Age of Greece, particularly of Athens, occurred in the 5th century BC. This was the era of a great statesman named Pericles. Under his leadership, Athens became the world's first democracy, where citizens could vote directly on laws and government policy. The Parthenon was built on the Acropolis. Socrates, Plato, Sophocles, Euripides. The most unique contribution of ancient Greece to the world is its invention of a new way of thinking. The Greeks were not content to explain the world solely through myths and gods. They sought rational explanations based on logic, observation, and debate. Thinkers like Aristotle laid the groundwork for biology and logic, while Pythagoras developed mathematical theorems we still use today. Today, the modern nation of Greece is the proud heir to this extraordinary heritage. The Greek language spoken today is a direct evolution of the language of Plato and Aristotle. The ideals of democracy born in ancient Athens have spread across the globe and form the basis of many modern governments. The ruins of the Acropolis and the temple at Delphi are not just tourist attractions, they are powerful symbols of the birth of Western civilization. When we talk about politics, science, or art, we are often speaking a language first crafted by the ancient Greeks, whose ideas continue to shape our world in countless ways. Our journey now takes us south, to the stunning highlands of East Africa. Here lies Ethiopia, a nation with a history and identity unlike any other on the continent. Its story as a unified state begins around the 1st century AD with the rise of the powerful kingdom of Aksum. Tradition says Ezana converted to Christianity, making Aksum one of the first Christian kingdoms. This early Christianity became a cornerstone of Ethiopian identity. Ethiopia claims to be the resting place of the Ark of the Covenant. The Kebra Nagast tells of the Queen of Sheba visiting King Solomon. The rock-hewn churches of Lalibela and the ancient stelae of Aksum show the past is alive today. Our final destination takes us across the sea to an archipelago of islands in the Pacific. This is Japan, the land of the rising sun. Myth says it begins in 660 BC with Emperor Jimmu. That founding myth establishes the world's longest hereditary monarchy. Real power belonged to the shoguns, military dictators. From the 12th to the 19th century, it was the age of the samurai and bushido. A distinct aesthetic flourished during isolation. Ukiyo-e woodblock prints. The formal tea ceremony. Kabuki theater. In the 19th century, foreign pressure forced Japan to open. The Meiji Restoration modernized the nation rapidly. Today, Japan leads in robotics, electronics, engineering. Yet Kyoto shows reverence for the past, ancient temples, serene gardens. The samurai spirit shows in dedication to precision. The emperor remains a symbol of unity. Japan embraces the future without letting go of its ancient roots. Our journey through time has taken us across the globe, from the river valleys of the Near East to the islands of the Pacific. We have walked with pharaohs, listened to philosophers, stood before the armies of emperors. Egypt, Iraq, Iran, China, Greece, Ethiopia, Japan are more than just tales from a distant past. These nations are not museum pieces. They are living, breathing entities. The legacy of these civilizations is all around us. A law echoes the code of Hammurabi from ancient Babylon. Casting a vote practices an idea born in Athens. The way we measure time is a gift from Mesopotamian astronomers. Paper was first invented in China. The ideas of a single god and a final judgment were shaped by the ancient faiths of Egypt and Iran. These nations are a testament to cultural resilience. They survived invasions, plagues, revolutions. A nation is more than a line on a map or a political system. It is a shared story, a common language, a collective memory. This cultural DNA lets them adapt, absorb new ideas, change with the times without losing core character. Looking ahead, these stories offer lessons. They show what people can do through cooperation, innovation, and a shared sense of purpose. In a changing, divided world, these lands are anchors to our collective past. They remind us that despite differences, we are part of one long, continuous human story, a story begun thousands of years ago and still being written today.